You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Welcome back to I Am Refocused Radio. We are here this morning with a very special guest. We have a legendary guest today, joined by Bill O'Reilly. We're going to talk about his amazing book that you need to get. It is Confronting Evil. Sir, first and foremost, you are a legend. Thank you for your time this morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, Shemaya. How are you doing?
Doing good, sir. When you look at the process of writing this book, saying evil is universal, ancient, and ever present, how do you personally define evil, and why do you think it continues to be such a powerful force across the history?
It's a pretty easy definition. An evil person is someone who takes joy in hurting other human beings. About 15%, I estimate, of the world population is evil. They like inflicting harm on their fellow man or woman. And the problem is that the 85% of people who are not evil are also divided into people like me, and probably you, Shemaya, who want to stop the evildoers. But a vast majority of Americans look away. They're apathetic. They don't want to get involved. And that's why I wrote this book. You have to get involved now. It's a critical mass. People are dying. Just this morning, we all wake up in America to find that the Polish government had to shoot down drones fired by Russia and Putin. I mean, that is catastrophic because Putin is evil. He is on the cover of the book along with Hitler, the Ayatollah, and Mao. And then there are 14 other people we profile inside the book. And President Trump contained Putin the first time around, but Putin is a lot worse now than he was 6 years ago. And he is someone who takes joy in murdering women and children. And people they can't get their arms around that, Shemaya. They just can't understand it. But it's true, and we have to acknowledge it.
Once again, talking to our guest today, Bill O'Reilly, in his amazing book, Confronting Evil, Assessing the Worst of the Worst. You can go to his YouTube channel at Bill O'Reilly. Make sure you subscribe there today. My next question is, after researching so many different eras and personalities, what common traits or patterns stood out to you among history's worst of the worst?
Money and power. That's what drives evil. So we look at the cartels and the billions of dollars they amass selling narcotics that kill people, hundreds of thousands, millions of people worldwide. They don't care. They got their money. With Putin, he's the richest man in the world. And where do you see how he made his money? But he's in it more for power. So was Hitler, so was Stalin, so was Mao. Total domination. There is no restraint on Vladimir Putin, none. Which is why he's getting so out of control. And the restraint has got to come from the United States and NATO. And I think President Trump realizes that now. And it's going to be a very, very dangerous but fascinating chess game to see how the West attempts to neutralize Putin.
When you assess the consequences, many figures you profile left devastating problems that lasted generations. What lessons should policymakers today take from those legacies?
Well, they got to wise up. I mean, look at the Charlotte woman. If this isn't an example of pure, unadulterated evil, then I don't know what is. Yeah, the guy's mentally ill, but that doesn't excuse him, okay? He got on the bus. He put the knife in his pocket, okay? And he slaughters this woman. And you're looking at a guy who was arrested 14 times. And our system in America allowed him to walk the streets when he beat up his own sister, might have killed her just weeks before the bus incident in Charlotte. And we have to start holding judges and politicians accountable when they allow that kind of thing to happen. And the urgency is now, I think, at the top of the chart, which is why, this book is piquing a lot of interest. Because we have to stop this. We really have to start to make a stand against this barbarity.
You referenced Genesis and with Cain and Abel as the first example of evil. What role do you think faith plays in helping people recognize and resist evil?
Well, it's easier to convince religious people that evil exists because that's what theology is based upon. All right, the struggle between good and evil, and you choose, you have free will. And the people who choose to do good, to choose to make their lives a positive force to help others, they gain everlasting reward. And the people who don't, who hurt other humans, they're damned. So if you are a believer, it's much easier to get through to you about what the struggle between good and evil is. But we live in a secular country now where a religion is on the decline big time. And there are a lot of people who just float around. They have no philosophy of life. They don't believe in much. They're appalled by violence that they see, but maybe they're appalled for 20 minutes, and then they go back to their cell phone or whatever other bubble they are living in. And so I'm trying to reach those people. I'm trying to say, look, you got to get involved here because no society can stand up to slaughtering people in the streets. I mean, selling narcotics openly. This is barbaric behavior, and we are allowing it in America. It's got to stop.
Once again, talking to our special guest today, the one and only Bill O'Reilly. Go to his YouTube channel, Bill O'Reilly, and get a copy of his book. It's Confronting Evil, Assessing the Worst of the Worst. Last question, I was saving the best for last. With a person like yourself with massive success, if you had one message for the next generation to dream big, what would you say to them right now?
I want you to learn. I have a 21-year-old son, 26-year-old daughter, and it wasn't easy being my kids because I'm saying, look, you got to learn this, you got to learn that. I take them all over the world. I show them what it is. In order to be a positive force, Shemaiah, you have to know things. You got to put down a TikTok. All right, you got to stop the trivial pursuits. Not entirely. They're good as a relief system, but you really have to learn. You really have to pay attention. And that's my message for all younger Americans. Get out of yourself and do some good in this world.
Like I always want to say to you, Bill, thank you for your time.
My pleasure to talk with you. Thank you.